declaring in this moment that you are the light, you are the perfection, you are the reflection of the universe of love. And all that is true for all eternity. But you have found yourself to be a stranger in a strange land, along with everyone that walks within a body. Stranger in a strange land. Nothing fits. And in that awareness that nothing fits, there is a fear that rises every day. The fear that rises every day is built from the awareness that you are a stranger in a strange land. And every day, the ego plays a game that says, come this way, and around this next corner, things will all make sense. And that lie is bought every day. If I just figure out the system to get what I need, I will finally make the puzzle fit. And so lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, there is an attempt to make the puzzle pieces fit. What is the temptation? The temptation is for shiny objects, for recognition, for belonging, to finally belong and feel connected. But the road and the map is going in the wrong direction. It's going in the direction of illusion, that there will be an end result through the false identity that will finally make sense. Where does all the fear come from? That is a question that the Holy Spirit, if the question is asked, the Holy Spirit can bring truth to that question. But the question has to be asked. Where does all this fear come from? Makes sense if it just comes from the past. But it goes deeper than that. It goes to the deepness that nothing adds together. 2 and 2 do not make 4. Right and wrong do not equate to peace and joy. So every beloved takes right and wrong and makes it the truth, and uses right and wrong and good and bad to belong within this strange land. But the question of stranger in a strange land can't be answered by the insanity that made the stranger in the strange land. The ego will never give clarity or truth. Its intention is to continue to be in fear and unbalanced, because no one can make sense out of insanity. So what and where does a beloved go that begins to become unraveled by the questioning within? This can't be the truth. Why do I always feel like a stranger in a strange land? And why do I keep believing that there is an answer within this world that will finally put things in order? It will not put things in order. It cannot put things in order. If you take a beloved who is, by the diagnosis within the world, seen as carrying deep insanity, do you take that beloved in the belief of deep insanity and put them in charge of the rules for the world? Well, yes, you do. In this world, that's what's occurred. Every rule of the world comes from a place of insanity. How many beloveds have lived in a state of such distortion, that things being so upside down that they defend and hide the fears that they carry, and they defend and they hide the lies from the past. And believe in them so strongly. Everyone has an agreement that whatever is disturbing within, the rule of the world is, don't look within. Look outside and find the others that were the cause of your disturbance. This is the beginning of all wars within the world. This is how suspicions are held. And this is how denial of the pain and the fear are held for each beloved. One of the essential elements of remembering love is honesty. Well, honesty is a word that strips away the lies of the world, because you want them to be stripped away. But is that the prayer that is within your heart? Do you pray to see with complete honesty the truth of your perfect self? Do you truly want to see with honesty the lies that have made an identity in this world? Do you want to see with honesty all of the mistaken ideas of separation and lack? Do you want to see how the judgments within cause such pain within? It takes great courage to want that honesty, to want and to trust in the power of love itself to steer you, to guide you, to seeing things with clarity and with love itself. In the stranger in the strange land identity, that door is closed. Some because there hasn't been yet an awareness that this can't be reality. But for most, it's opening the door just a little bit, just letting that door just be open a little bit, and then starting the negotiations. Not realizing the negotiations that are being made from the mind of fear. The negotiations say, I will surrender if you can prove to me that I will like it. I will surrender if you can demonstrate that I will end up with what I want. Of course, the divine cannot negotiate the truth. So the door stays a little open, but there isn't any movement with the door because there can't be this type of negotiation. It isn't because there isn't compassion for every beloved who is trying to negotiate. But love can't be negotiated. Love can't be taken in half measures. One of the ways that it's so well demonstrated by the ego, of how the ego works with connection, is to cautiously want to get to know someone so that you can cautiously, quietly, slowly approve and see if it matches what the mind is determined that it wants. There is no approval within the journey of love. There is nothing that the ego can bring to the table of approval or negotiations or wanting to control the journey. To try to control the spiritual journey is to drive yourself crazy, even crazier. It's a place of pain. It's a place of fear that becomes actually so accentuated and so in charge that the insanity seems even more. And as soon as that insanity starts spinning, trying to control, the ego happily says, well, this doesn't work. I don't have to do this. I'll just stay where I am. But staying where you are in the belief of separation is the hell that the ego rules. So what is the answer? What is the antidote? Trust, faith. To take that leap of faith that there has to be another truth. And all of the beloveds who have walked this earth for the purpose of their remembering walked before all the ones that are now in the struggle. Put your focus on all the beloveds who have walked before you and let their journey become your trust and faith. The purpose of this life is only to return home. The distractions on the everyday level are not your friends. They are exactly that, distractions. They're very similar to what happens when you have a gambling addiction. Because the ego is all addiction, depending on what you attach it to, how the beliefs are that you're holding, what you do with them. But like the gambler, the gambler can lose a whole bunch one day, and by the next morning be convinced that this is the day that it's going to turn around and they're going to figure out the formula that's going to make them a winner. And this is the same urgency, the same insanity that every beloved that believes that something on the outside, whether it's purchasing, owning, convincing someone of your credentials, doesn't matter what it is. All of those things are the next morning's gambling addiction. Today, I will finally convince those who don't believe that I am whole and complete. I'm going to convince them that I am worth their respect or worth their acknowledgement. That's the gambler's creed. Today is the day that the insanity will finally work. And if it isn't the day, I'll spend part of the day at least fantasizing that it will be the day. In the truth of love, there is no one and no situation that can be disturbing, that can be upsetting. All the lies from the past, all the beliefs that you have carried from the moment of the belief of separation keep playing over and over and over again. And the situations show up as the opportunity to see what your beliefs are that are in your way. Every situation from every day is an opportunity to learn to love. And every day, the gambler takes over for most and believes the lies of the ego again and again and again. The belief that another beloved can make you unhappy, that there is someone else that chooses your relationship with the truth within you, that you are at the effect of whoever you are with or whoever you meet in that moment or not, that they have the ability to upset you, to bring you to doubt your divinity, and to make them be the problem. Here's where the honesty comes. The honesty is your complete friend. It is your guide. It is your roadmap to sanity. But you have to learn the truth of honesty. No one holds it easily. The honesty says, honesty is a danger. That's how it's looked at through the lens of separation. Everyone has learned within the belief of separation to see through the lens of dishonesty. What is that dishonesty? It's through projection and perception. You perceive a problem and you project everything onto that situation. The ego convinces that the most that you can do for yourself is to feign innocence and to feign honesty, and all the while see yourself as a victim to the outside. And in that belief that the victim is true and legitimate, the role of victim becomes a substitute for everything that has to do with love. The victim settles for pity. The victim settles for the right to be angry. The victim settles for becoming complacent. And no one can be as much of a victim as each one believes that they are. Because comparisons also are part of this makeup. To believe that you are a victim is to believe in the insanity of separation. What is a victim? That everything happens to you, that you don't make any choices. You are at the mercy of whatever is occurring on the outside. It's equivalent to being in a tsunami. One minute you're just on the beach, it's a beautiful day, and you're watching the waves go in and out, and all of a sudden, the entire ocean eats up everything for miles. And every beloved who is afraid of not being in control and not being right within the world is waiting for the tsunami. How fearful can we be? As fearful as hell can be. Because fear is the self-made hell. It has no purpose. It has no reality. It has nothing but illusion within it. And when a beloved finally says, this can't be the truth, I can't live in this fear, that can be the prayer. And the prayer can open the door. And the spirits of love will begin to show you honesty and truth and faith. And you will begin to see that all of the past and all of the identity that came from the past must be questioned, must be surrendered, because it absolutely has no truth within it. It's as if you were placed on this earth plane, a stranger in a strange land, and finally a light bulb goes off, and the prayer is, this cannot be real. This can't be real because there's too much confusion, there's too much pain and suffering. Thank God for that day. And when that day comes, embrace it as deeply as possible and continue to embrace the truth. The truth is that no one can walk into the truth of creation, into the truth of love, without help. And that's not even a question, because all the help is given to every beloved. All the beings of love, all of creation serves every beloved's remembering. But the catch is that the ego keeps wanting to be on its own, figuring things out on its own. And no one can navigate through the illusion to the truth of love without the help that is really needed. The greatest prayer that you can have is, thank God, I don't have to do this myself. Thank God there is so much help. Thank God it's all available to me. And thank God I can learn the truth of honesty. I can learn through love itself. I can learn truth. And I can reject hell. I can see it finally for what it is. And you will see it for what it is if you allow yourself to see the hell of separation is to wake up, not completely, but enough that you change course, you change your direction. And the spirit of love begins to show you through honesty what is real and what is the lie. And the reality has no connection at all with the identity of separation within the world. But don't allow that disparity of one to the other to be a problem at all. The love that you are, the creation that you are, is so magnificent, is so all-encompassing that it has absolutely no connection to the life that has been lived on this earth plane. You, the divine, are whole and complete. But the sleep is so deep that you have no connection to the truth until you start to truly question the lies that have been held. How can you become and open to compassion? How can you open to kindness? How can you open to gentleness? How can you open to honesty without the faith within you that you truly want to see with truth? In this moment, to say with intention, I want to see the complete truth. I want to align with truth 100%. I want to return home to the truth of God 100%. If you say that prayer and you feel the fear that comes with the prayer, that's where the healing is. The resistance to, I want only the truth. It's all that this is for, is to remember completely love. When there is a prayer for love, when you allow yourself to enter prayer, hold tightly that the power of God, the power of love, will never, ever take you in any direction but the truth of love. It will never fool you. It will never play a game. It will never pull the rug out. God's will, the will of creation, is your peace and joy. There is no wanting for you to suffer. All of that, the idea of somebody or something or some force wanting you to suffer, is the life that you've lived within the world. The belief that you're not safe, and that from the outside you can be hurt. Just for a moment, imagine that you would have no connection anymore to ever being hurt, because there is nothing in love at all that has any pain in it. It cannot produce pain. The ego is the maker of pain. The false identity is the maker of pain. It relishes pain because it holds you where you are. And all that you're asked to do is to be seeing it from where it is with honesty. Master, please open my heart. Master, please open my heart. Master, I am here. Master, I am here to love. Master, I am here to love. How can I open my heart so I can see your realm? So I can see your realm. Oh, Master, please guide me. For the bottom of my soul, please, Master, please save me. I ask you from the bottom of my heart. Please, oh Master, I am here, asking you for this love. Please give me your holy love. Please make me whole to my Father. Please, Master, I want to be whole. I want to be humble. I want to be in my heart. I want to be as one. I ask you for the forgiveness. I ask you for this love. I ask you for all the love. I ask you for my road. let that prayer cut you open. Just let it cut. Let it break your heart. Want it so much that the wanting breaks your heart. It isn't because God needs you to be so much in the yes, but every beloved needs to be so much in the yes, to break open from the bondage of carefulness, the bondage of protection, the bondage of staying as careful as you can. Throw yourself into the bonfire of love. I want to be humble. I want to be in my heart. I want it. I don't want anything else. This is what I want. I want. And God, only you can make this transformation occur. Let me take every single teaching and drink it until it's saturated my being. Every single teaching. I don't pick and choose the teachings. I take every single moment and bring a teaching to that moment. Show me the truth in every moment. The moment I believe that someone has disrespected me, the moment that I believe that someone has done something to attack me, I refuse it. It cannot be. It's a lie. I cannot be hurt. I cannot be disrespected. I cannot be changed from the truth of love that is waiting to be discovered within. I want to be whole. I want to be in my heart. The willingness to dive into God's love that comes through every teaching. It's all there because there is no wanting in the divine for anyone to keep suffering with the belief of separation. It's not possible. And if you don't have the faith and your mind keeps saying, well, I don't think so, I don't think so, I don't think so. Override that resistance. Override it. You have the power to override it. With the help of the divine, you can override the resistance. Don't allow the distractions of the shiny objects in the world to take your attention so that you forget what you truly want. You're here for one purpose, to remember the truth of who you are. You will not be disappointed to be free. But the belief in sacrifice has to be let go, because there is no sacrifice. Don't believe the gambling addict that is running the ego. Let it all go. The dawn has arrived resplendently of this new day. The Divine Father is here, And our Divine Mother is here, always here, waiting to be invited, waiting to be communicated with. The dawn has arrived, illuminating resplendently the new day. My mother is here, my true mother, my real mother. The reality of the Divine Mother is here. And I must surrender those beloveds who came with the name Father and the name Mother. I must surrender them so that they can return to the truth of who they are through the Divine Mother, through the Divine Father. And the heart became resplendent and bloomed with all that love. My mother is here, my father is here in great jubilation. Resplendently illuminating, it is dawn and the sun has risen. In the resplendence of the divine light, we meet the Divine Mother and come home to that love. The sun has risen, illuminating, as we all receive all divine beings that have come to serve humanity's remembering. It is the love, and it is here as the truth of love within the heart. Amanheceu, resplandeceu, amanheceu o novo dia. Meu Pai é lá, Ele que Ele está, minha mãe está, é o seu altar. Resplandeceu o coração de saboroso, todo é o amor. E minha mãe está lá sim, lá está meu Pai, em grande júbilo, resplandeceu, iluminou. Era rovada, o sol nasceu, no resplandor da divina luz. Nossa mãe nos traz, o menino Jesus. O sol nasceu, iluminou, vamos receber o Salvador. Ele é menino, ele é o amor, e agora chega os corações. Every day, a new day, resplendently a new day to remember. Allow it to be your remembering. The sun in drag. You are the sun in drag. You are God hiding from yourself. Remove all of the mine, M-I-N-E, that is the veil. Why ever worry about anything? Listen to what your beloved teacher knows for certain. The appearance of this world is a magician's brilliant trick, though its affairs are nothing into nothing. You are a divine elephant with amnesia, trying to live in an anthole. Sweetheart, you are God in drag. You are God in drag. The costume of the identity is the drag. It's like wearing a Halloween costume that has no resemblance to the truth of who you are. You are the sun in drag, S-U-N. You've taken a false identity and made it real for yourself. The reason that it becomes so much a false protection is because within the world, when you incarnate, you immediately believe everyone that's around you. And because they believe everyone that they're around, you start to make an identity out of desperation, out of fear. And the mind is unconsciously saying, I'll try to make the best identity I can that will finally get me recognized and get me to be loved, except that it never happens. Why doesn't it happen? It's really because there is no love in this existence. The fear runs the show. You are God hiding from yourself. How can that be, that you are God hiding from yourself? What would be the purpose of hiding? Except that you believe in the world that you made, and you believe that it's going to finally pay off, just like the gambler that's addicted. This time, I'm going to win. I'm going to prove worth. I'm going to finally have enough. But it never is enough, because the gambling urge keeps coming up to say, it's not enough yet. You got to win. You got to prove. Remove all the mine, M-I-N-E. That is the veil. What and who are you? What is your ownership? What do you believe is part of your need to own? Mine. My name, my age, my culture, my personality, my car, my friends, my talent, my intelligence, all of it holds the separation in place. Can all of that be used by love? Absolutely. Temporarily, yes, it can. But it has to be surrendered in its completeness to the spirit of love to be used. You can't use it. I couldn't use it on my own. No, then it turns right back into being the ego-centered identity of lies. But it's the recognition, what do I believe this identity is going to give me? What is it? When is it finally going to pay off? It isn't. But underneath that veil, underneath that identity of mine, is the divine spirit of God. God in drag. And all that you have to do is start asking for the help of seeing the truth. I want the truth. I want to be whole. I want to be humble. I want to remember the truth of love. God in drag. If you start to see your identity as God in drag, the drag part is eventually going to be the place where you laugh. at the ridiculousness of trying to prove worth in this world and holding an image that has absolutely no reality to it. Is there a difference between somebody standing on a stage acting out a part and acting out a part within your everyday life? No. It's all the same belief. The belief that you're going to prove worth. The one on the stage is going to prove that they're respected and liked by their acting ability, but it's the same thing. You have nothing to prove. You can't possibly prove anything. You are the light of God. The light of God cannot prove anything because there's absolutely nothing to prove. You are one with the creation of the universe. And to accept that is to step into the learning of honesty, the learning of humility, the learning of peace, and the learning of joy, because that's your natural state. Listen to what the beloved teacher knows for certain. The appearance of this world is a magic, brilliant trick, though its affairs are nothing into nothing. This is why every beloved who has walked the walk turns to say, don't be fooled by this. It will take you, your identity, your false identity isn't going to give you what you're truly looking for. But if you recognize the magic trick and see it for what it is, that it's nothing into nothing, at first the ego will be wailing and grieving. Oh my God, what will I do without all of this identity and how much I've wanted to prove my worth, and why don't they respect me and like me, and why don't they see how wonderful I am? The world will never match up to your brilliance. But beyond the form, the temporary form, is all of humanity waiting to wake up. And you are the one who is actually saner than most. You're the most sane in the moment to bring love, to bring peace, to bring harmony, and to learn in the moment what every beloved is there to help you learn. Who are your teachers? That is one of the major elements of shifting, that everyone that you come in contact with is a teacher for you. Through the reflection that you see, they're there to teach you. And can you be not only appreciative, but kneeling at their feet in gratitude for the opportunity of learning a deeper truth within. You are God hiding from yourself, hiding behind an identity that has no value, that has no truth. You are so perfect and so brilliant, and it has nothing to do with the costume that you're wearing. It has nothing to do with your intelligence. It has nothing to do with your talent. And yet all of those things can be used by the Spirit of love to bring you closer and closer and closer to be able to love without conditions. Learning to love. You are a divine elephant with amnesia, trying to live in an ant hole. This may be a strange analogy, but an elephant with amnesia has the opportunity of remembering who they are. in truth. And that divine being that is in the costume of an elephant is the same precious light of God that everyone is. Letting go of all thought of more and less and being at a different level than the ant. No, opening it all to God and saying, how would I know at all the truth of love? Show me, show me, show me. I'm willing. Learn to be quiet and ask within. You're not asking yourself within, you're asking the light of the Spirit of God within you. Who am I? What am I? Letting the costume fall away, even if it's just for a moment. And that all the costumes that you've worn from the moment of the belief of separation have meant nothing. You haven't been any of them. Your light is waiting to shine. It's waiting to shine on every beloved that you come in contact with, to bring compassion, to bring love, to bring gentleness, to bring forgiveness to every situation. And to no longer in any way accept that you can be a victim of anything. You're the light of God. You're the perfection of all creation. That's what you're here for. That's what you incarnated for, was to remember and to throw away these lies and to stop believing that you're a stranger in a strange land. Allow the light of your true nature to shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And how does your light shine? By opening to compassion and opening to your love that you can pour on everyone, not looking for anything in return, just because you have all this love within. The Spirit of love can move through you because that's your natural way as the light of God. You are the sun in drag. Hold open your heart. Don't push it away with doubt and fear. Don't allow anything in this world to come between you and the light that you are. Who do you think you are? That question can be the birth of your open heart. You are the light of God, and you are here to accept and to learn to dance and live as that light, one with all creation, one with all love. Only love. Sweetheart, you are God in drag. Take off the costume and rest in the truth of love. And let the story die, fall away. Only love is real.